As God does not need our worship, why need we do so? And if we do, why not do it in whatever way we wish? If we consider the condition man is in this vast universe, it is that of a needy dependent. Man is neither omnipotent nor self-sufficient. He is in need, constant need, of many things vital, even for mere survival, which are not wholly within his power to obtain. At the same time, he is weak and vulnerable. Many circumstances can arise which can harm him and obstruct and overturn his most cherished and determined purposes. He is beset by worries, illnesses, calamities that can ruin his life's work in a single moment. As against the sheer scale of what is around him, the number and the variety of plants, trees, animals, rivers, and mountains, and the grandeur of the heavens, he is bound to reflect on his own frailty and relative insignificance. That reflection, that profound impression of his own helplessness and smallness compared to the tremendous harmonies and scales of the order all around him, awakens something deeply embedded in his soul, which bids him to acknowledge the divine and to worship. He is bound to consider the existence of some great mysterious power behind or beyond nature, which controls the objects and events around him. Since everything he can observe is patently dependent on some other thing, since everything is transient, nothing he can see or touch can be that which he needs to worship. Rather, both reason and experience lead him to conclude that there is a supreme being, a transcendent will, beyond the visible, tangible harmony of the universe, who guides and controls all things, and who must, therefore, be the goal of his worship. Reflecting more carefully on existence, man notes the all-encompassing lawfulness and order, the uniformity and regularity of things and events, their obedience to an all-powerful will in the universe. He thus realizes that everything has a part in that lawfulness and order, which is its purpose or duty. Being himself just a part, he concludes that his existence cannot be a purposeless accident, but that he, too, must have a purpose and duty to fulfill. Observing existence in its aspect of aesthetic beauty, he finds it excellent to a degree impossible to emulate. From the human form itself to the vigorous, lively beauty of the innumerable forms and colors of the earth, to the glory of the stars and planets, everything calls to his heart, building in it something more than awe, an ardor and longing to know the creator and owner of all this that so thrills and delights his senses and his mind. It is as if everything in this world had been designed and produced elsewhere and then simply put before man for him to marvel at, even as he uses and profits from it. The world is presented to man like a table richly laid with fruits and vegetables and ornaments of every kind for his use and delight. As he stretches his hand to any of these gifts, he inevitably senses the presence of the giver, and so experiences a still greater joy and wonder. Were babies able to formulate thoughts and express them, they would certainly say that the milk they suck is as if prepared and sent from a different realm just because they need that milk. They would express gratitude and reverence to the one who nourishes in this way through the mother's breast. In the formal language of religion, we would say that sentiments and conceptions such as these aroused in human consciousness, as it were by nature, are a stage in acknowledging the beautiful names and attributes of the Creator, making himself known through his creation. For every blessing, every excellence, every beauty speaks of the one who created or enabled or provided it. Every system, balance and order indicates one who established and sustains it. In sum, man feels bound to be grateful for all the bounties he receives and to worship God in response to his making himself known. Knowing God entails worshiping him. Since he provides every blessing to us, service is owed to him. Among those blessings is the blessing of prayer itself and its proper forms and means. God formulates the prayers lest, in a clumsy ardor to please, we should speak or act in an inappropriate or stupid way. Otherwise we might witness people saying such things as, "Where are your knees, O Lord, that I may place my face upon them, or your hand to comfort my head," and other such graceless and misleading expressions. Revelation rescues mankind from this ignorance of not knowing how to pray. Thus, by God's revelation through his messenger, we learn that, to enter fittingly into the state of prayer, we must follow certain rules. Prayer in forms taught through divine teachings and guidance is the best worship which flows from that love, awe, and submission before God, that belief in him and knowledge of his divine being bring about. So that we might not speak or act inappropriately or stupidly, we follow the patterns prescribed by God and his prophet, by which means we both please him further and do what is best for our own benefit. In any walk of life, we need help, guidance, and counsel. Imagine a well-wisher comes and gives you good advice in the running of your business. Make economies here, investments there. Do this to avoid being cheated. Do that to use manpower more efficiently, and so on. And this well-wisher makes no charge whether you accept or refuse his advice. Surely, unless you were insane, you would accept the advice. In the same way, if we follow the manner of prayer prescribed by God, we avoid the pitfalls of excess and impropriety, and obtain advantage and blessings beyond our imagination. In fact, with every word, gesture, and movement, and the pattern of these in the prayer, we may be opening hidden doors and secret locks leading to hidden realms and to eternal bliss. All the ways are straightened and the doors opened by prayers. Also, our recitals and supplications are heard in the presence of God, and the angels gather around us when we prostrate with sincerity. No one can claim that such things do not happen. Rather, the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad confirm that they do. That is why the most accepted pattern of worship is the one prescribed by God. When a person buys a machine for his use, he is foolish indeed if, instead of following the instructions that come with it, he makes up his own. Similarly, the Creator knows the best way for us to operate, to prosper in this world and the eternal life hereafter. It is wisdom, therefore, to follow the pattern of worship prescribed by the Creator and demonstrated by his messenger, upon him be peace. It is we who need to worship God, not God who needs to be worshipped. He is free of all need. May he grant us the favor and honor to worship him rightly and with sincerity.